What's up, everybody? We're doing a nice little build here. An Impreza. That was a just non-turbo, and we're putting a nice turbocharged WRX JDM engine in there. It's my brother Fareed. He's gonna explain what he has done so far.
Alright guys, so initially we got a 03 WRX and stripped it down. We should probably have some videos in the link below or above, I don't know. And you can take a look at that. We started doing it, we started doing the videos, and then I kind of got sidetracked and stopped doing the videos. So we just want to kind of update of what's going on the vehicle. We brought in the 06 after we stripped down the 02, and we did the 6-speed swap. Pretty much all the suspension parts. We've done all the brakes, the rear diff. We ran the third line. If anybody knows about doing swaps from WRX to an Impreza, there's only 2 fuel lines, and you need to run the third line, which is kind of a bitch unless you drop down the gas tank. So we were too lazy to drop the gas tank down. We just lowered it as far as we could, and you know, kind of wiggled that line in there. We got it in and clipped on too, amazingly.
Yeah.
With the borescope, so it worked for us. So we are kind of at the point where we have to rebuild the calipers. We got the 4-pot front calipers, and then the back brakes are just the regular rear WRX brakes from the 03. And after we do that, it's a matter of taking the valve cover gaskets off, taking the engine apart a little bit just to kind of clean it up. We're trying to decide whether we want to actually do head gaskets on it just to, as preventive maintenance, maybe some upgraded head studs. But yeah, that's where we are right now. Our JDM 2-liter motor, from what we've been told, is pushing about 20 psi. So yeah, with the upgraded exhaust, downpipe, 6-speed transmission, we're gonna do a clutch. It should be pretty interesting. So we'll update you guys when we start throwing the engine in, getting all the other pieces together.
Alright, so far we had to swap out the subframe. As you can see, we don't have the old one because we got rid of it. Right here, this is where your up pipe's gonna go. So the other one was more kind of flush, and putting that engine in wouldn't have fit, so that's why we had to swap that out. Also, we were going to keep the 5-speed, but then when we bought the other car had a nice 6-speed. So yeah, so now it's got a nice 6-speed swap in it. Like he said, the fuel line. He also changed the full wire harness on it. Everything. He pretty much swapped out everything. We got rid of that gray interior right there, and we put the other interior with a nice blue. I personally like it. He likes it better too.
So we wanted to keep the original steering wheel because we like the 3-spoke steering wheel better than the Momo steering wheel. So I had to kind of, I guess we'd say, jerry-rig the cruise control to work with this steering wheel, because with the wire harness swap, I didn't want to do a bunch of wiring. I'm not a wiring guy at all. So we wanted to run everything that was original to the WRX with that wire harness. And same thing with the driver's side door. We had to take out the wires from the original WRX and swap them out so that we could run the power mirrors, which are going to be on the console. Or on the WRX, they were on the door panel here. The keys. So I used the actual steering column from the WRX so we could keep the original key. So what we had to do also was change the key lock in the door here so that everything matched up. And so pretty much we have an 03 WRX in a 06 Impreza body. Couple things that we're planning to do is we're trying to decide whether to go with the flared fenders in the front. I don't know if you want to show them.
Yeah, so we got this one right here, or we could stick with the original non-flare fender. I don't know, what do you guys think? And then we would have to change the bumper as well. to make that fender fit, because as you can see, it's kind of sticking out. We got 3 different exhausts. You want to explain what exhausts we have? You know a little better than I do.
This here is a Borla exhaust. This came on the WRX, so we were thinking to go with the Borla Hush because it's not as loud and we won't be as obnoxious. But then I was telling my brother maybe we can just irritate the neighbors a little bit and put something a little more obnoxious.
So we got like 2 other ones.
So just excuse the mess here. We have the downpipe that goes with the Borla Hush, and then we got the Indivia exhaust. The Indivia exhaust has the downpipe sitting over here, and this one has a little bit of damage. Bought it off a wrecked car. We're gonna try and pop that out a little bit. And this one I got it really dirt cheap, and I was thinking that we could probably just throw that on there and maybe try and recoup some of the money from the Borla Hush. And then the final exhaust we got, which is something that I had on a previous car, is the Tanabe titanium exhaust. It's up there, and that's something I've had laying around for quite a number of years, and I think maybe it might be cool for this one or maybe another build in the future. So those are our options for exhausts, and I'm going towards the Indivia just because they'll beat up, and we plan to beat the car a little bit too. So
Go ahead.
okay, so we have 2 different intercoolers that we're thinking to do on this vehicle. I have a parent front mount intercooler. Same card, a little bit of damage from the Indivia exhaust. Holds pressure, so we're good to go. I was thinking we can throw that on there, then I don't have to change the hood to a scooped hood. Intercooler here. With the intake. And if we go with this one, then we have to decide whether, I mean, obviously we're going to have to put a scooped hood on the car. So this is another problem that we're dealing with. I don't know if you call it a problem, but
Decisions to make,
yeah.
what to do, where to go. Yeah, so that's where we're at.